Yes, my friends, this is a fly tying vise. Flies, lures, harnesses, and the like. The way this works is the vise is here, this pedestal you'll see, and you have a shaft here. I forget, I think that's 1/2 inch or 3/8, something like that. And that sits on a shaft that goes through here that pivots all around. I forget if they have bearings in there or not, but you have a handle and you have a knob here for adjusting. It holds it upside down around like that, or for speed tying, goes really fast, right? This particular vise is a peak fly tying vise, and it works by first tying, get any hook that you want, and you're typically using thread, like this is embroidery thread. This is called a thread bobbin, and this and you're doing things like adding thread. See, just do something simple here. This is what you call a rotary vise. Not all vices are made like this one, but this is just to break that off. And you got a little fly there. It looks stupid, but you see the basic principle. You're wrapping thread, yarn, hair, various artificial or even feathers to make a fly. Now it's not, now what is a fly? Technically a fly, like house flies, you know. This is not a fly, this is a lure, but I tied it on a fly tying vise. Right? You can make lures for pennies on the dollar. You see it's a kind of a homemade rattle trap. We have a swimming lip, rattle, beads, 2 hooks, because I don't particularly like trebles, and a really loud rattle. See? Loud rattle. All tied right here on this fly tying vise. Okay. Now, no one has sponsored this. You know, this is just a fly vise I use, and I use it in my business, and various glues like this. Let's see. And then, of course, super glue. The lamp here is just a shop lamp. That's all it is. Just a typical shop lamp from Walmart. This right here comes from Lowe's. You can use a wood dowel or the metal version, and that's all it is. If you have treble hooks, which I plan to work on a series of plugs, some sort of vintage inspired plugs this winter, and you can dress treble hooks. Catfishermen love circle hooks these days. I always wondered what, you know, a dressed circle hook would, how it would perform. Just never really got out there. This is what they call crystal flash. It's just mylar that's been twisted, and so it gives off a lot of refraction, so it looks like fish scales. So imagine if you had a little piece of meat on that and it got ripped off. Well, you still have the scale-like material, and they might come back and hit it. Or at the very least, this would catch their attention from far off. Then they'd come in and they'd see the chicken gizzards or whatever. How thick of a hook can I put on here? Well, they make different sizes. It just won't hold that well. As you can see, it just won't hold. This is it's a 4/0 hook, but this, for instance, is I believe this is a 1/0 or a 2/0. Yeah, you have to kind of fiddle with it. It's a little fiddly, but once you get done with the tying session, it's, you know, so that holds that fairly well. The biggest hook I found that it'll hold is really a 2/0 hook. Now this is a sprout hook. It's about the biggest it can hold, and I can't hold it like that, but I have to push it down in the vise. Now you can buy these with a different jaw here. So, and you can get really elaborate with something like this. It's sort of what they call a muddler minnow. Someone sent me this a few years ago. Never fished it. Looks too pretty to fish. Deer hair, feathers, peacock feathers, something synthetic there. Yeah, you can see that. It's almost like a leech pattern, but it's really a minnow pattern. Or a frog pattern. You could be, and this would actually float off the bottom because deer hair is hollow. Right? It's got a little bit of flash, as you can see there. You can just do all kinds of things, and there's all kinds of videos on this. I'm considering of putting a class together on this sort of thing, so I can teach this stuff to people, what I've learned, all my lure making and stuff. Let me know if that's something you're interested in, and I got to get this out to a client. I got a dozen of these to make, so I'll see you on the next one.